Hello to all my beautiful viewers out there. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. It is now Monday, so as I said in the previous Monday video, we got to do what we always do on Monday, which is talk about upcoming sneaker news. Now, what we're going to be talking about today is the next chapter in the Jordan brand line, which is the Air Jordan 1 85 highs. Now this is coming out in its first colorway, which is the Varsity Red, and as I said in today's video we will be covering that. Now you're probably a little bit confused, especially if you haven't watched my previous video where I covered the Air Jordan High Retro OG Black Satins. And if you haven't watched that video and you're not subscribed to the channel, well, you know how to fix that, guys. You subscribe to the channel and you go watch the previous video. But what we lightly touched on in the High Retro OG Black Satin video was the idea that Jordan brand is going to be taking a new direction in 2020. Now, I'll explain where this new direction came from and why they're going about it. So, back in 2015, when Jordan brand really started pushing Retro High OG releases. This was, a monumental year. They were releasing things like the Air Jordan 1 Retro High Chicagos. They were releasing all these iconic colorways in what they were saying is the closest thing that they've done to the original Air Jordan 1s. The closest thing that they had with the shape, the quality, everything like that. Now, a lot of big sneaker collectors, ever since 2015, ever since they've been collecting these Retro High OGs, have been asking Jordan brand, look, the Retro High OGs are good, but they could be better. They could be more closer to the original shape of the 1985 pairs, closer to the quality of the 1985 pairs. It could just be a little bit better. It's okay, but it could be done better. So I think now Jordan brand has finally taken that advice on board, and in 2020 they want to start over with a new chapter. Now this new chapter will be starting in February of this year, and what they're going to be doing is releasing a new style to the Air Jordan 1. So we've got the Air Jordan 1 lows, we've got the Air Jordan 1 mids, we've got the Air Jordan 1 high OGs, we've got the Air Jordan 1 highs, and now we're going to have a new style of the Air Jordan 1, and it is being called the Air Jordan 1 High 85s. And that whole series is starting in February, as I said. Now, what is this new series? Why are they creating this new series? Well, as I said, I think Jordan brand has now finally listened to the community about making their Jordan 1s as true to the original as the 1985 pairs. Now, some of you may be confused. You might be like, but hasn't Jordan brand been doing that, as you said, since 2015? They've been retroing them and doing them high and as OG as the originals. In some way, yes, but what this new, what am I looking for? This new chapter for Air Jordan brand, the new chapter for for Jordan brand is they're going to be trying to make them as one-to-one, as exactly the same as the 1985 pairs, because the Retro High OGs, they have been, I would say, loosely as close as possible. They haven't been really strict on making them exactly the same. They've kind of been like, it's pretty close, that's good enough. But now Jordan brand is changing that up. In 2020, they're going to be trying to making them as close as possible to the originals. And that's what this High 85 series is. It is the Air Jordan 1 highs done exactly how they were done in 1985, when they were first debuted to the public. So there are some positives and some downsides to this new chapter of the Air Jordan 1. The High 85s will be awesome in the way that they are going to be the exact same as the 1985 pairs, or at least Jordan brand is going to try and make them exactly the same as the 1985 pairs. We won't actually know if they are the same until we get people that do comparisons of, actual 1985 pairs and these new 2020 Nike Air Jordan High 85 pairs. We won't know if they're exactly the same until people do comparisons about that, but we'll have to see. So what Jordan brand is going to be doing, the plus is that they're going to be doing sneakers that look exactly how they were in 1985. The downside is that they are asking for a higher retail cost, and they're making them extremely exclusive. And we'll cover that in a Hypebeast article that I have for the first colorway of this new series, of this new chapter. And the first colorway that we're getting as a standalone colorway, because we are getting two of these High 85s released at around the same time, but this is the first independent release. So we'll cover it now. We have a Hypebeast article and I'll explain it further. And we'll also dive into those pros and cons of Jordan Brand doing this new High 85 series for the Air Jordan 1. So let's go over to the Hypebeast article and we'll talk about the Air Jordan 1 High 85 Varsity Red colorway. And here we are. So we're at the Hypebeast article. I think we should cover the Hypebeast article, what they have to say about it, before we dive into all the details and what's going on. So let's just read what the Hypebeast article has to say, and then I'll cover what I think is going on in 2020 with Jordan Brand and so on and so forth. So take a first look at the Air Jordan 1 High 85s in the Varsity Red colorway. Limited to 23,000 pairs, which if you guys don't know, that is super limited. That is a very limited release. That is going to be extremely hard to pick up for anyone. If anything, if this gains a lot of traction and gets botted a lot, I don't think anyone's going to be getting pairs. I think they're primarily just going to be on StockX, and it's just going to be super hard to get a pair. But we'll go into it. Let's see what the article has to say, and then we'll move from there. So Jordan Brand's wildly popular Air Jordan 1 is set to enter its next phase, as I explained just before, with the Air Jordan 1 High 85 a true to the original recreation. Now, every like sneaker article page, everything like that, they're claiming it's true to the original. But as I said, we won't know that it's true to the original until people start doing videos literally comparing the 85 pairs to these high 85s. I don't doubt that they're going to be true to the original, but I have my skepticism on that claim that it is true to the original. I'm skeptical until I see people that have 1985 pairs and have these new 2020 pairs and compare them and say, you know what, they are. Then I'll be like, okay, these are true to the originals. But this is Jordan Brand's attempt at being true to the original. Now, at first glance, you may think, well, it looks like every other Air Jordan 1 that's been released. We'll talk about that later, but this is apparently Jordan Brand's true to the original recreation, the one-to-one of what Air Jordan 1s look like in 1985. Not that I would know, I was born in 1999, guys. The original Air Jordan 1 came out years before I was even born, so I wouldn't know. I wouldn't truly be able to tell you that this is exactly how they looked when they first came out, because I'm not that old. Anyway, let's keep going. So, it'll be debuting in a Varsity Red colorway, essentially a flip on the OG band/bred Air Jordan 1, this wonderful shoe here, which is why I brought it out to show you what a Retro High OG looks like. It is essentially as it said, the flip of the OG of this colorway. So that's alright. That's what it is. It's essentially a little altered change. You can see that it's a little bit different. That's alright though. So, the ultra high cut Varsity Red, and that's the big thing. The Air Jordan 1 High OGs back in 1985, from what I've heard from people, were actually extremely high in height. These are a little bit too low to be true to the originals. They're not high enough like the 1985 pairs. So I'm very keen to see how tall this actually is if I'm able to get one in hand. Salutes Michael Jordan's first ever signature silhouette with its heritage construction. Combining black leather quarters and toe boxes with bright red overlays, the Varsity Red inverts the band Breds stylings on its forefoot and midfoot, but leaves the heel collar and signature red swoosh unchanged. So essentially, from this point onwards, it has completely changed. From here downwards, it is not the Breds, but from the swoosh and the heel here, that is the Air Jordan 1 Bred. The sky high collar provides authentic detailing, as does the hang tag. So it will have those iconic hang tags that came with the 1985 pairs. The little, I would say, brochures to showcase and talk about what is significant about the Air Jordan 1, where the cushioning is, all those details. I'm very keen, actually, if I can get myself a pair, to have a look at the hang tag and actually get the pairs. Because if you didn't know, the Retro High OGs did not come with little hang tags that hanged off the eyelets, like the original 1985 pairs. Again, that is another detail that the High OGs missed when they tried to be as true to the original. They missed out on hang tags. It's a very, it's a very simple little detail that really does make a difference. With features a memorable press photo of MJ soaring for a dunk that would later serve as inspiration for the Jumpman logo. A sail midsole and a red outsole round off the look, and the Varsity Red also comes packaged in individually numbered dust bags, nodding to its limited production run of 23,000 pairs. Now, 23,000, as I mentioned, that's super limited. So it was originally leaked to us by our favorite sneaker leaker, Hanzu Ying. Usually he's the best place to go to on Instagram for sneaker leaks. As you can see, we got these wonderful images here of it. Again, if you look at these images, you can tell that it is a different cut. You can tell that it's different from these Retro High pairs because it's thinner. If I had to draw some shapes, right, you could draw an easy little box here at the back of the heel, and then you could draw a nice little triangle here. While this is a very bulkier shoe, and the shapes would look completely different if I decided to draw over the top of them. This looks overall a thinner, taller shoe, and I'm very, very keen for that. I'm very, very keen to go through it. Oh, here we go. So we got a couple more details here. So, long rumored, the High 85s was first revealed to us by Hiroshi Fujiwara in the white Varsity Red colorway. Now that is the new beginnings pack that Hiroshi debuted to us and teased to us. Serving as part of the new beginnings pack, oh there you go, I didn't even have to say it. That also contained the first ever Airship Retro. However, this second colorway only serves to build anticipation for furthermore, the High 85's supposed release around the NBA All-Star Weekend in Chicago this February. Early reports have the price pegged at $200 USD, an undeniably handsome sum as past Air Jordan 1s have been retailed at $160. Past retail High OG releases have been priced at $160. But nothing has been confirmed by Jordan Brand yet. Have a gander at the full set of images and stay tuned for more information as it becomes available. So, Hanzu Ying has teased to us that it's going to be releasing at $200 USD. The article says that when nothing has been confirmed by the brand to say that it will release for $200 USD. It could release at $200 USD, but as it said, it's so unconfirmed, we just don't know. Now, I do have reason to believe that they would increase the retail price of the Air Jordan 1 because they're doing this new series. Jordan Brand has not shied away from releasing their Jordans at a higher retail cost as soon as they go on these new mission or new ideas kind of thing. These new concepts. They haven't shied away from doing that. I think I remember way back in the day, Air Jordan 1s, or at least Air Jordan 1 High OG releases were $135 USD, I want to say. I know that a couple of my early, like 2013 High OG retros, they have different price tags. They're not $160. Then they got bumped up to $160 in, I think, I want to say 2014 or 2015. It's really hard for me to remember these retail prices. So I would not be surprised if for this new idea that they up the price to 200, that wouldn't surprise me. Now, the idea that they're only releasing 23,000 pairs has got me thinking that Jordan Brand in 2020 might have this idea of doing Retro High OGs as they always were, as pretty general releases, and then doing the second version, which is these High 85s, as limited runs. That would be an interesting direction for Jordan Brand to take. I don't know if they're going to take that in 2020. It's just too early on in the year to make that call. That Jordan Brand is going to do the High 85s as limited releases and the Retro High OGs as the general release for the Air Jordan 1 highs. It's hard to make that call because we have no evidence to suggest that. As I said, it's just so early on in the year that all of this is kind of just up in the air. Everyone's kind of like, oh my god, what is going on? What do I think's going to happen? It could be possible. We could be getting this new direction of Air Jordan 1s where we get the High 85s as limited releases, as more expensive releases, and then we could get the Retro High OGs as the general releases, as the less expensive releases. It could be a thing. It could be the direction that Jordan Brand takes, but we just don't know. We just honestly don't know. We should probably dive into the colorway, probably talk about the colorway a little bit, because I've been talking about mainly just this new cut, this new Air Jordan 1 High 85 cut. We haven't really talked about the Varsity Red colorway. If this is Jordan Brand's new direction, the decision to release it in this Varsity Red colorway is a very safe colorway. We talked about that in the Black Satin video. We talked about the Jordan Brand loves to release Air Jordan 1 highs in black, red, and white. They love doing it. It's, you know, it's the Chicago Bulls colors. They love releasing it. It's a very safe option to choose. It always sells pretty well. Generally, the colors that don't sell the best are the ones where Jordan Brand takes a leap of faith and does something a little bit experimental. I remember the Rust Pinks in, I want to say 2019 or 2018, I think it was 2019, didn't sell too well because I guess just a lot of men aren't feeling pink on Jordans, which I'm totally for. I'm totally for Jordan Brand taking new bold directions, but I can see why it didn't sell too well. But yeah, the colorway is a very safe option to go with for starting this new high 85s. I'm just a little bit confused on why Jordan Brand didn't decide to just do the high 85s in the bread colorway. Like, this is so close to the Air Jordan 1 breads. I don't know why they just didn't do the breads. I honestly don't know why. The last time they did a retro of these bad boys was in 2016, which is this pair here, which I've obviously, as you can see, have worn quite a bit. I love them. They're an awesome shoe. I think, honestly, if they did the Air Jordan 1 High 85s in the bread colorway as the first solo release for this new series, man, it would have been like, the internet would have been blowing up. Everyone would have been going crazy for it. I know that this is pretty close, but if they really did just make that small change of details and made it the breads, the internet would have been going crazy. You know, people would have been like, what? We're getting the breads in 2020, but we're only getting 23,000 pairs, and they're releasing exactly the same as they did back in 1985. What? It's true. I think the internet would have blown up about that. People would have been going crazy. I still think people will go pretty crazy for this, considering it is the, you know, apparently the true to the original. It's a very clean colorway. It's just a slight deviation from the breads. I think this will do really well. I think even though that this isn't the breads, I think this will just sell really well. I mean, look how clean this looks on foot. It looks like a really nice shoe. I love how it fits. I love that the tongue comes up really high. It just looks like a really nice high top sneaker. Yeah, it is a very nice release. Hey, I would love to pick up a pair. I'd love to just try on this new series of Air Jordan 1s to see how much it differs from the high 85s. My only comment is if this is to be true to the original of the Air Jordan 1s from 1985, will it have the size, production date, and production, I guess, company? I think that's what the original pairs in 1985 had. They had the country that it was produced in. Will it have those details? You can barely see it there, but those details are there. Mine says 17, 84, 10, 18X. Will those details be present on this? Because I think that will just be like the icing on the cake to make this literally one-to-one with the 1985 pairs. I think if that detailing is on the Air Jordan 1 High 85s, I think they've nailed it. I think they've done what will be the closest to the 1985 pairs you can possibly come to. And it'll sell and do really well in the sneaker community, because as I've said, for years we've been wanting that. We've been wanting Jordan Brand to make their Air Jordan 1s exactly how they were back in 1985. And if they do all those things right, if they do the cut and shape exactly how they were, they have the hang tags like they've been saying they will, if they have the production details on here like I've been saying there, if they nail all three of those things, I think these Air Jordan 1 High 85 releases will do really, really well. And I guess that's what I wanted to talk about in this video. The Jordan Brand's taking a new direction. The new direction may cost us more money. As I said, Han Zhu Ying leaked to us that it is going to be 200 USD. It says it right there. It's going to be extremely limited. Those are the two cons. But the pros, man, you know, just having an Air Jordan 1 that's going to be the same as the 1985 pairs, as someone who was born in 1999, I would love to try that. I would just love to experience that, because obviously I missed out on that by 14 years. So, you know, I've been waiting a long time for this, and I'd be super keen to try it out. But if it is going to be that limited, 23,000 pairs worldwide, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a pair, because if they decide to do this all the way up until like full sizing, like up until size 18, and they do 1,000 pairs for each size, that only leaves 5,000 other pairs for, like, you know, to disperse between 18 sizes. It's not a lot. There's not going to be a lot of quantity for each size. It's going to be incredibly hard to get. So yeah, I just need to reconsolidate really quickly. This is going to be, it's going to be tough. 2020. I hope that this isn't the ongoing trend for the high releases, that it's going to be this limited. I kind of hope that they release more quantity for these releases, but again, it's just so early in the year, we just don't know a lot. We just don't know. So what's my take on this? To sum it all up, to finally end it all, so what do I think? I think the idea of doing Retro High OGs and doing Air Jordan 1 High 85s is a good way of handling Jordan 1 releases in 2020 onwards. I like the idea that they're doing, or I hope they continue doing, I hope they just don't discontinue it. I hope they keep doing the Retro High OGs, but I also hope that the Air Jordan 1 High 85s don't just overtake the Retro High OGs, and the only Air Jordan 1 OG releases we get are these High 85s in this limited quantity, because that's going to make Jordan 1 releases that are true to the originals very hard to come by in 2020. As I said, I hope they release both the Retro High OGs and these High 85s going forward. I hope that the retail cost doesn't increase for these High 85s, but we won't know. We're gonna have to see what happens when they release in February. What I think of the use of the colorway, it's safe, it's cool, it's not a bad colorway. Good on you, Jordan Brand, for picking a very safe colorway to go with, but I would have preferred if they did the Bred colorway for the first iteration of these High 85s. I reckon that just would have done better. It would have been better amongst the sneaker community, but I'm not mad that they did this Varsity Red colorway. It's not a bad colorway. That's all I really got to say. Sorry, there's just, oh my god, there was so much to say in this video about it, but yeah, I'm keen to see Jordan Brand's direction in 2020. I thought I'd do this video today just to talk about the Jordan Brand is taking a new direction. It may cost us more money, it may be super hard to get, but it is a direction that I've been wanting them to take for ages. I've complained about it in so many videos in like 2019 and stuff, saying, hey, I would love Jordan Brand to do one-to-ones to the 1985 pairs, you know, the same shape and cut and everything. And now they're finally doing it, so I'm super happy about that. But I'm just worried about, you know, like that retail price, the, you know, the exclusivityness with the 23,000 pairs. I'm worried about that. I don't think everyone's going to be able to cop them, or they definitely won't be able to cop them at only 23,000 pairs. I don't think I'll be able to cop them, but whew, yeah, lots to be said about it. As always, I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear what you have to say about Jordan Brand taking this new direction in 2020. Do you like the idea that they've done Retro High OGs and then they're doing the High 85s? Do you think that the High 85s should be the only releases in 2020? They should just scrap the Retro High OG? Or do you feel that they should do both? They should do Retro High OG releases and they should do the Air Jordan 1 High 85 releases? Do you like this first colorway of the Air Jordan 1 High 85s? Is it a nice colorway? Would you have preferred it to be the Breds? Are you going to try and pick this up, and are you okay with it being increased to 200 USD? How do you feel about that? Let me know all your thoughts and opinions on the Air Jordan 1 High 85s in that comment section below. Oh my god, it was just... I'm so sorry I had so much to talk about. I'm so sorry that I wasn't able to consolidate how I felt about it as well as I'd like to. I'm sorry, guys, but yeah, basically 2020 is a new direction for Jordan Brand. It's all kind of up in the air at the moment on how it's gonna go going forward into 2020, 2021, 2022. We don't know, but from what it looks like, from what we know so far, it looks like Jordan Brand is going to be releasing Retro High OGs and Retro Jordan 1 High 85s. At the moment, it could change at any moment. We're just gonna have to see how it changes when these finally release in February. I want to know all your thoughts and opinions on them. Either let me know in that comment section below, come shout at me on Twitter, come shout at me on Instagram, come shout at me on the Facebook page, wherever you want. Just honestly let me know how you feel about them. I'm keen for Jordan Brand to finally be releasing one-to-one originals to the 1985 pairs. It's a direction I've been wanting them to take for ages. I don't think, okay, personally, I don't think it's a good move to make them this limited. I'm okay with them making the high 85s limited, but 23,000 pairs, if that is the quantity, that's a bit too limited for me. I think it needs to be, as I said, I'm okay with it being limited, but this is like very limited. This is going to be very hard to get. Yeah, but as I said though, I have been wanting them to do this one-to-one thing for ages, so I am happy to see that. The Varsity Red colorway for the first colorway to pick for it, yeah, I'm not mad with that. That's okay. But as I expressed in the video, I reckon it could have been done better if they decided to do the bread colorway. Again, let me know how you feel about that in the comment section below. All the socials, if you want to follow all the socials, we do regular polls on the Instagram story on if people are feeling things or not feeling things. That's the best way to go about it. Just go down to the Instagram page down below and you can be a part of that. You can have your say on upcoming trends in streetwear, sneakers, in fashion, in everything. Whew! I need to take a breather, I've been talking too much. Okay, that has been the Air Jordan 1 High 85s, and more specifically the Varsity Red colorway of it. Let me know how you feel in the comment section below, and until the next sneaker video, guys, till the next streetwear video, I'll catch you later.